only 2 traits you need to achieve massive success in 2024. I'm Coach Ábris, founder of Demi Cycle Protocol, and we help high achievers and corporate executives permanently go below 15% body fat, double their natural energy levels, and achieve sleep scores higher consistently than 85 to 90. And we do this without sleep drugs, without using stimulants, without counting calories, or having to train more than 2 to 3 hours per week. And whether it comes to success in your health, success in business, or your relationships, or any kind of domains of self-improvement and life, you really only need like 2 main traits to succeed and to push forward and to run laps around your competition. Especially nowadays that competition is getting fierce, right? Soon it's gonna get harder and harder as everything is getting automated away, and you need to learn how to become a better human. And when it comes to your health, when it comes to the untouchable things, for example, how you handle relationships, how you communicate, there are 2 skills or 2 traits that will mean that you're a winner and you have what it takes to become better at whatever you want to get better at, right? So, first of all, there's a quote from Jimmy John's, founder of Jimmy John's, that, of course I'm paraphrasing right now, but when I get something on my head, it's just hard for me to let it go, right? And if you're that type of person, and if you happen to be a high achiever or an executive, an entrepreneur over the age of 40 or 50, you might think it over that, okay, this thing that you get on your head, this might be your health, right? Or scaling your business even further, or the 2 simultaneously, because these 2 are not mutually exclusive. You can be a great person with an amazing performing business, right? With an amazing shape. You can be healthy and you can still spend quality time. Actually, you can spend more quality time with your family because you have more energy. You have higher energy levels, you can be more present in the moment, and you can stay focused. And all of these things are amazing, but what do you need to actually achieve that, right? So what are those characteristics, what are those traits that will move the needle forward for you? And if you happen to be a younger person watching this video, you will get a lot of value out of this, because these are the things I have learned the hard way and I've teach my clients the easy way. Right? So if you want to avoid decades of wasting your time, or years wasting your time, right, then you definitely want to adopt these 2 traits. And one of them is work capacity and the other one is stress tolerance. But let's talk about work capacity first. So let's be honest, most people nowadays, they don't know how to work. They are lazy as hell. So this is a good news for you, right? Because that it means you have no competition. But of course, at the top levels of the game, whether it comes to your physique, whether it comes to business, or whether it comes to relationships, hell, competition is fierce. It's not easy out there, but this is what we live for. Challenges, things that make us push forward. And when you think that you know how to work, probably you don't. Probably I don't even know how to work yet, right? I have spent over 9 years improving my physique, and my physique is not perfect yet, right? I have spent over 2 years in business with 4 years of more or less corporate experience before that, right? And with 6 years of coaching experience when it comes to fitness and athletes before that, and I still don't think I cracked the code on how to work, right? I'm pulling sometimes 16, 18-hour days, and with several deep work blocks and some shallow work blocks in between, and I'm structuring my time, I'm creating high volumes of content, the highest I can right now, right? I'm working with dozens of clients simultaneously. I'm periodizing, programming their workouts, their nutrition, their sleep protocols, yada yada yada, right? Everything when it comes to travel, I'm scanning down the location they are going to. I'm giving them personalized travel protocols. I'm hopping on calls. I'm taking discovery calls, discovery meetings with new potential prospects. I'm creating videos for YouTube, whatever. But this is not enough. I have figured out that you can never work hard enough and you can never work enough when it comes to volume, especially in the first 1 or 2 decades of business experience, right? But if you have already been through this and you have already discovered that, okay, there's always a new level to strive for, the same goes for your health, right? So if you already figured this out in business and you have a smoothly operating company, right, generating multiple 7-8 figures a year, and now you have gained back your time, you have leverage, then you can do the same with your health as well. You need to increase your work capacity. You need to go down to the gym, do that first workout, and you have to realize that there are dudes working 10 times, 100 times harder than you do. In the first workout, you might be only able to bench press, let's say, 110 pounds, right? You might be able to only do like 3 regular repetitions on a push-up. You might not even be able to do a pull-up yet, right? You can only do eccentrics, negatives, or not even that. You might need machine assistance. And you're seeing dudes there wrapping 3 plates, like 315 pounds on the bench press, doing more than 15 repetitions of pull-ups, even attaching weights to their waist, right? And you see that, how do they do that? How can they train hard as an animal for, let's say, 50 minutes straight, when I'm running out of breath after the first 10 minutes? So, what is wrong with me? There's nothing wrong with you. The thing is, just you don't have that work capacity yet that would enable you to bring that level of performance. So, you need to increase your work capacity in every domains of life. And if you have high work capacity, just take the same amount of discipline and dedication from one domain of life and translate it to the other. And the easiest way to do that is to form habits. So observe those habits that made you successful in business and try putting them into your health or into your relationships, improving your communication, your leadership skills, whatever. But you need higher work capacity. And the only way that you can increase your work capacity is by working more and better, right? So you just need practice, practice, practice. I have achieved 330 pounds bench press competition style, completed regularly, paused above my chest at the age of 20. So I was 20 years old when I was benching 330 pounds at a body weight of, I was like 187 pounds at that point, right? And I did just that. But it took me about 10,000 reps of bench press to get there. I was practicing every single week, 2 or 3 times. From the age of 16, when I transitioned from calisthenics to powerlifting, for 4 years straight, leading up to that point, I was practicing every single week, right? Usually I had 2 bench press sessions weekly. I was specialized in bench pressing when I was a powerlifter, and it took me about 10,000 reps to get good at it. And I'm still not the world's best, right? I have shifted my focus. I'm not competitively bench pressing anymore, but this just goes to show that 4 years of effort and putting my attention to that and focusing on this particular skill has led me to be great at it and to press heavy weights, right? But the same goes for everything, right? 2 years ago when I started my health coaching company, I was making 0, right? I had no clients. I was reaching out to dozens of people. No one replied to my messages, right? And I didn't have a big following on Twitter, on Instagram, on YouTube. I haven't even had a YouTube channel. Like, I just started this like a couple months ago, right? Shorts, actually, I started a year ago, but whatever. So it goes to show that you need more reps, you need more consistency, and yeah, you shouldn't fall off, right? Because the restarting is much harder than actually starting. So work capacity is super important because it's not going to build up itself, right? So when I started this business, I had no clients. I was thinking it's enough if I send like 10-20 messages a day, post like 1 or 2 pieces of content every 1 or 2 days, whatever. I post every second day. No. Today I post 10 to 12 times per day on Twitter. I'm posting at least 2 shorts a day on YouTube. Every day I'm posting a long form video, right? And each and every one of them should be different. I should be teaching you guys something new. I should level you up. You should level up with me, right? And I'm doing this every single day. I have taken hundreds of sales calls, for example, in my corporate experience as well, and also in my business, right? These are reps. Because on the first one, I was almost shitting myself, like, oh, dude, how I'm gonna ask for an investment, right? From this dude at the other end of the camera of the meeting, right? I was nervous as hell. But as I got in better and better shape, right? I got in the reps in the gym, and then I got in the reps in my professional life, in my career, and in my business. It's the easiest thing to do for me. I love being on sales calls, discovery calls, because I get to know a person on the other side of the world, and I get to know their problems, and I get to find out if I can help, right? It's an amazing thing, but only if you put in the reps. So in the beginning, probably you will hate doing 12 repetitions of bicep curl. Let's say you're doing concentration curls, your coach tells you to stop, to pause for 3 seconds at the top, you're slowly letting it down and it hurts. By rep 7, you feel like quitting. But you keep going, because this kind of intensity and amount of reps is what you need to efficiently grow that muscle. And discipline is a muscle, work capacity is a muscle, everything is a muscle that you can train, right? You can train your lungs, you can get a better VO2 max, you can get higher blood oxygen levels, you can be healthier, you can live longer, right? These are all a matter of repetitions. And this is how you increase your work capacity, because then a couple of weeks later it will be easy for you to do 12 reps with that dumbbell on the concentration curls. What that means that you can go for a heavier dumbbell, so you keep increasing your work capacity, you keep progressively overloading the total amount of work that you are able to do. And if you have already done this in your business and then you multiply that strength that you have, you hired A+ level talent, whatever, and everything is running smoothly, you can do the same with your health, because it works like passive income. Once you have the muscle mass that you desire, once you have the body composition that you desire, it takes actually less effort to maintain that physique than what it took you to build that up, right? Because you already have the work capacity, it's easy for you to hit like 2 full body workouts a week and that's it. And you don't even have to put in that volume anymore, because your body is kind of used to being ripped and energetic, right? You have transformed your hormonal system, you have transformed your energy levels, your sleep, you have transformed your metabolism, and your hormones, your metabolism and everything will start working in your favor. They will hold on to that muscle mass and push that fat down, drop it down, right? Your body feels like it doesn't need it anymore. But you need to teach your body through habits and lifestyle changes to make that happen, and you need to put in the reps, okay? If you are over 50 pounds overweight right now, I can guarantee you that by next week you won't lose all that 50 pounds, right? Just be realistic. Probably it's gonna take you 6 months, but it took you about 6 years to get fat, right? So imagine the same amount of discipline, the same amount of consistency, the same amount of reps that you put into getting fat, right? Consistently, every single day, practicing the wrong habits. If you shifted that and put the same amount of discipline into actually getting fit and healthy, you could do that in 10% the amount of time that it took you to become overweight, right? So if it only takes 6 months, it's a no-brainer for you. Just get started, right? But for that, you will need to build up work capacity, because probably in the first week you won't be able to walk, let's say, 12,000 steps per day. Probably 6,000 will be enough for you just to get things going and just to get your metabolism boosted a little bit, and you start losing fat, right? You don't need to do a 30-minute session of Norwegian style VO2 max cardio training if you, let's say, haven't been on a treadmill for more than 5 minutes in your life, okay? So you don't need to do extreme things if you can't do extreme things right now, right? I can't talk about, let's say, multi-million-dollar acquisition deals and stuff like that, because I don't have that business experience yet. You probably do. I do know the health experience part of things, because I have been through it. I've been 9 years in this game, right? I've put in my reps, I've built up my work capacity, and I still don't think I'm perfect, right? You will never be perfect, and that's okay. You just need to build up your resilience, you need to build up your recovery and your work capacity to the point where you can be satisfied or more or less happier about your body and your health than where you are today, right? So if you want progress, you need work capacity and you need to build it up step by step, so not like a madman and going into the, well, hardest superset, giant set, giga mega set workout with insane amount of repetitions and muscle burning, because probably you will end up burning out yourself and being so sore that you can't even move a muscle for 3 more days, right? So it doesn't work like that you just start and yeah, grow 18-inch biceps or whatever you want, or you just have abs the other day and yesterday you had beer belly, whatever. Alright? It's the same goes for business. It's not like I'm starting up my business and this year I'm making $10 million. No, it doesn't work like that. You need to learn how to work better, and if you know already how to work insanely efficient, better than 99.99% of people out there, then you just translate the same amount of discipline and work capacity into your fitness life, right? And you build it up step by step. So remember, Rome wasn't built in a day, right? And your body probably won't be built in one day either, but you can still do it much faster than it took you to scale up your business, and it still happens way faster than it took you to become overweight, right? Because that wasn't one day, that wasn't 2 days, it was probably years of consistent effort actually, because we can call it effort. It took you effort to get big, right? To grow a big belly, to get out of shape, to get lazy with your health. It's not something that happens from day 1 to day 2. Same goes for your transformation, but it happens way faster than it got you or than it took you to get fat, to get overweight, right? Okay, so now that you understand work capacity, the other thing that you will need is stress tolerance. So how well you can tolerate cortisol, the stress hormone, and how well you can tolerate stressful situations. And if you have already scaled up a business, or if you have experience working a high-performing job, so talking about tech, sales, Wall Street, whatever, investment banking, if you have experience in these, you know what a high-stress environment looks like. And if you handle that well, so it's not about like how high your stress levels are, because you can't always 100% control that, but you can control. You do have control over how well you tolerate stress. So, the reason why stress tolerance is very important is that you will put your body actually to a lot of stress. You will do heavy and intense workouts. You will learn how to train with body weight or how to train with weights at the gym, right? You will have experience with, okay, how to decrease my appetite, how to do cardio workouts, or how to ramp up my step count to the point where, okay, I'm just carrying my legs, but I still want to go because I'm pushing for the 10% body fat, right? So, of course, some of these will be stressing on your body. Some days you will be sore. You will feel like, oh, I can barely move my legs because I completely destroyed them with the leg extensions yesterday, but that's the beauty of it. Because you build up this stress tolerance and you increase your baseline. So, let's say your stress tolerance was here. In a month it could be here. In a year it could be over here. So the same amount of work that you do from your increased work capacity, thanks to that, won't stress you out that much, won't cause that much pain, won't feel like that much effort at all. Because you have a higher tolerance to stress, right? So let's say if you're a successful crypto trader and your portfolio goes up 5-6 figures on a daily basis, because this is how volatile the industry is. It doesn't destroy you anymore because you've got experience with it and you have accumulated the capital to play with, right? But for example, if you tell this to Joe from the street, whose entire net worth could be, well, summarized with the technical equipment I have in front of me right now, so about 4 figures, right? That's his entire net worth. That's Joe from the street. Joe from the street would be freaked the fuck out if he lost 5 figures, right? Especially in a day, because that's more than his entire net worth. He would be actually in negative, right? So that means that he hasn't got that kind of monetary stress tolerance, hasn't built that up yet, because probably he doesn't have that kind of business experience. Donald Trump could lose his entire portfolio tomorrow. He would sleep just completely quietly and like a baby, like in full tranquility, because he knows he will gain it back, right? He has been almost prosecuted multiple times. He doesn't give a flying fuck about it, right? He is chill because he has already gone through so many stressful events and situations in his life that he just doesn't give a shit anymore, because he knows he will come back stronger. Every single struggle that pushes you down incentivizes you to either give it up or to come back stronger. But hey, why would you let your haters, why would you let the naysayers love? Or why would you let them be right if you can just stand up and get going, right? So if you are a high performer, entrepreneur, you probably have these experiences in your life. You can probably tell way more stories than I can about getting out of almost going to zero, stressful situations, deals where everybody was sweating, right? Or legal struggles with your business, getting sued, getting a lawsuit. It's not fun, right? So legal actions here and there, losing, gaining money, volatility, feeling like you're playing the lottery or whatever, you put everything on the black, betting on yourself. Well, you have built some resistance to stress. So the good news for you, if you have already built successful businesses or you have already participated in high-performing career, right? The good news for you is that, again, you can easily translate this kind of stress tolerance to your workout. Because in the beginning it will hurt, there will be some pain involved, I'm not lying, right? In the beginning, you might be a little bit afraid of decreased portion sizes when it comes to food, right? If you want to lose fat, right? You might think it's uncomfortable to go to the gym 2 to 4 times per week and get shit done there, right? You might think that's, oh, it's such a tedious activity to do my pre-bed routine every single day and to go to bed at the same time every single day. But if that's what it takes, right, to improve your sleep, then you will tolerate it. And also, another important aspect of stress tolerance is risk tolerance. So, how well you can handle risky situations, right? And again, if you're an entrepreneur, corporate executive, you know how to take calculated risks, you have experience with this, and probably you've been in quite a lot of risky situations in your life when you had to create a strategy of how you will mitigate this risk, how you will handle this, and how you will get out of this as a winner. And probably if you're watching this video and you have time to watch this video, probably you have also time to work out, and probably you have also came out as a winner from those risky situations. Had you not been coming out of those, probably you would be hustling right now and working on something, right? But at this point you're chill, you're performing well, right? You just need to have your health catch up to the same level of success that you have achieved in your career or your business, and that's completely fine. Because we can't be perfect in all domains of life, sometimes we have to balance it out, and it's very good that we can help each other out, right? Because we are different. Anyway, turning back to risk tolerance, you need to be able to tolerate risks associated with your health or associated with investing in your health as well. Because when you first step your foot in the gym, you are kind of like confused, maybe a little bit nervous, right? Because, okay, will this work for me? It might have worked for millions and thousands of people before you, but you still might have a little bit of a doubt in your mind that, okay, will this work for me at all? Will I be successful with my health transformation? Let me tell you, yes. If you just keep 80% of the rules, if you just adhere 80% to your plan, and if you just keep 80% of your nutrition clean, yes, you will succeed and you will have an amazing health and physique, no doubts about that. My clients have done the same. You are capable of this. Especially that these men I have trained, most of them are over 40 or 50 years old, they have lots of responsibilities, multiple businesses to run, families to take care of, right? Kids to spend time with. It's their life. And they still made it happen. They went down to the gym, they trained 2 to 4 times per week, touch and go, and that's it. And they have achieved amazing results. So why wouldn't you be able to? But yeah, the same. You think of it as a risk, investing in your health, right? Because will this work for me? You are afraid of your own success, and this makes you procrastinate. This is the most common reason of procrastination nowadays, that people are afraid of their own success. What if it ends up working with me, right? What if it ends up working for me? Well, what? Then you're successful. So that's it. Learn to accept that you can win, because you have already learned it. You have already won, probably in your career, in your business, or your relationships. You're happily married to the woman of your dreams. You have kids together, right? But did you notice for sure that all of these things will happen when you were, let's say, 20 years younger than you are right now? You probably didn't notice. You might have thought that if you put in the effort you will get there, but you might have doubted yourself in the beginning. The same goes to your health. So in the beginning, when you are about to embark on a journey when you are completely transforming yourself, becoming an unrecognizable person, looking, feeling, and performing like a superhero, like a Greek demigod, right? Feeling amazing in your skin. This might seem like a distant dream to you, and you might doubt yourself if you can do it. And you see the risks that, okay, but I will spend time in the gym, but I could be doing something else. I will be eating healthy, whole foods, but I could be eating something else. Of course, we are not that strict about nutrition. We don't count calories and we don't restrict your diet, but still, majority of the time you will eat high protein whole foods, like 80% of the time. You might be afraid of this if you have eaten like 100% junk food so far. This means a significant lifestyle change for you. You might afraid of the risks of lifestyle changes. Will this work for me? Will I stay consistent? Will I burn out? What if a high season hits the business? That's why all of these questions, that's why exactly you need a plan that's sustainable for you, that you could keep 24/7, 365 days of the year, and consistently for the rest of your life. No matter if a new kid is born in the family, doesn't matter if you start a new business venture, if it is high season in your existing businesses, or whatever happens, you need a plan that you can keep up with no matter what. If you're traveling 11 times a year, just like I did last year, whatever, you need to be adapting to these situations, and you need a plan that adapts with you and guidance that keeps you accountable. So this is how you can absolutely build a kind of risk tolerance, which is a part of stress tolerance. That you think of these risks, you know what the solution is, you take the solution, you combine these together, and you mitigate the risk, just like how you do in business, because problems will always arise, and we humans, we are the best at solving problems. This is what our entire existence, life, and our species is about: solving problems. How to solve them faster, better, more efficient. And if there is a faster and better and more efficient way to fix your health, why wouldn't you use that, right? Why would you do keto? Why would you do paleo? Why would you overly restrict your diet if that's just a hassle for you and you can't maintain it when, let's say, a new kid is born in the family? Or you need to help your kids out with something very special, right? Or there are many business events during that certain month. There is a high season, right? You are getting acquisition deals, whatever. So many things. For example, a lawsuit. For example, you might be going through, hopefully not, but you might be going through a divorce right now. Or there are things to fix in your marriage, in your relationship, right? But you still want to be fit and healthy, because none of these will work out in your favor at the end if you don't have the energy levels of a healthy and fit person, of a lean and energetic man who can stand up, be the leader he was meant to be, and be a man of his word, who delivers on his promises, who is not just bullshitting that I'm gonna get in shape this year, then nothing happens for years and decades afterwards, right? So this is how you should have balls, basically. You should have balls to take these risks, just like you have already taken those risks in business and your career, right? And you have been successful with these. Why wouldn't you be successful with taking risks when it comes to improving your physique, your fitness, your health, right? Do things that you haven't done before, because this is how you become a person who you haven't been before, right? Have you ever been fit and healthy before? Do you know what it takes? What are those habits, right? Have you ever done this in your 40s, in your 50s? Probably not, because then you wouldn't be watching this video. You would be very well aware of all of these things. You could have kept yourself accountable, and you would be in the shape and having the energy levels that you always wanted to have. But if you're watching this video, probably this is not the case. There is nothing wrong with that. It's just you haven't taken those risks that it takes to actually get there. And these risks are far smaller than what you have already taken when it comes to your financial success, right? Because this is not something that your entire livelihood depends on, but this is something that your life depends on, because this is your health. This is the only illiquid asset that you care about when you're on your deathbed or when you lose it for some reason, right? A healthy person has 1,000 wishes, but an unhealthy person has only one, and that one wish is health. And if you want this wish to come true in 2024, and you feel like that you possess the work capacity, or at least the potential to improve your work capacity on an ongoing basis, and you have the stress tolerance, and as a part of that, the risk tolerance that can help you to get to a successful transformation, and you feel like you are ready to invest in your health, you're ready to be committed to a program which is tailored to you and to your lifestyle, and it is flexible enough to enjoy it, then go down to the description, book a free call with us, and we will craft up a game plan for you on how it would look like working together, getting you below 15% body fat sustainably for the rest of your life. Meanwhile, enjoying your favorite foods, doubling your natural energy levels, fixing your sleep without having to count calories or take sleep drugs, take stimulants, or train more than only 2 to 3 hours per week. So, if this sounds like something that you want to achieve and you are ready to achieve right now, and you are not afraid of making a decision, not afraid of making a commitment, and if I tell you we start next Monday, you're happy to start next Monday, and we will make it in a way that it fits your lifestyle and it fits to all the events that might happen next Monday, for example. If you're willing to accept that everything can be solved, if there is a will, there is a way, then book a free call with us, and let's see if we're a good fit to work with each other. If you are not ready yet, if your mindset hasn't developed the work capacity, the stress tolerance, the risk tolerance yet, watch this video again, gain inspiration, get an inspiration from it, strengthen your mindset a little bit, right? If you're not ready to be committed, if you're still afraid of your own success, if you still say you don't have time, you don't have energy, you don't have the motivation, you don't have the metabolism or the genetics to start with, or all of these excuses, please watch my previous videos, because you will learn a lot from that, and hopefully from there grown as a person, and having grown your mindset, you will come back and you will be also able to book a free call with us and not waste each other's time, but have a conversation on how getting below 15% body fat, fixing your sleep and your natural energy levels would look like for you, specifically laying out a roadmap for the next 6 months on how it would look like working together. And if we are a good fit, of course, with you as well, we could work together for a period of 6 months time. But until then, if you just generally enjoy this video and you find all of this advice useful, and you feel like that, yes, stress tolerance is important, work capacity is important, it's important that in every area of your life you put in the reps, and we all put in the reps, and we constantly keep improving as humans, and ultimately we get improved or evolved as a species. If you agree with this line of thought, then please hit the like and subscribe button, share this with your friends, family members, workmates, teammates, employees, whoever is important to you and whoever you are invested in, right? It's very important to be invested in each other's growth, and the best way of growth is honest and open communication, to be honest. So, if you want to be an honest and open communicator, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I always invite you to have a cultured and civil discussion over there, and Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.